This Sephora sale, I almost spent upwards of $1,000, but after going through my collection, I really cut my cart down. And I'm only choosing 10 items for this Sephora sale. If you are trying to shop smarter, not more, then these are the products that I will be purchasing and the products that I am rejecting this Sephora sale season. Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are talking all things spring Sephora sale 2026. In just a moment, you and we're gonna mosey on down to my master bathroom where we're gonna take a peek at all the skincare that I have, what's in my backstock, as well as coming back here, sitting down and looking at the makeup that I already own. We're doing this in hopes to do a little audit to see what I have in backstock, if I have any duplicates that I am unaware of. And we're also just gonna take a peek at the categories that I just have enough of. I just wanna fill the gaps within my skincare, hair care, makeup routine. I'm not gonna go ahead and add another lip liner to my collection or a lipstick to my collection just for the sake of adding another one to the 40 plus items that I already own. So we are doing some mindful shopping during this Sephora sale. I am hoping that you and I can kind of just take a step back. It's exciting, but I'm hoping you and I together can take a little step back from the excitement and just kind of have a more realistic view on what it is we're gonna shop, what it is we're gonna spend our hard-earned money on, and what it is we're going to let grace our sacred space. I like my space to be clean, but I also like to have a lot of things. It is a fine line that I walk uponeth, but I'm gonna help you in today's video just have a more mindful approach, really think about it, and just help to curate a more mindful, meaningful shopping list that is just not gonna get delivered to your door and then shoved into your dresser where you're never gonna be able to find anything because you have no room and it's just chaos. For those of us who spend all of our money at Sephora, we get to enter the sale on April 10th, and then for everyone else, it begins on April 14th, and the whole sale ends and goes until April 20th for everyone. So I'm giving you a little bit of time to kind of take my recommendations, listen to them, absorb them, process them, and then kind of like use it in your day-to-day routine. Take a look at your makeup routine. What do you love in your routine? Are you running out of anything in your routine that you absolutely love? Is there something in your routine that's kind of like messing up your makeup? Is there something in your routine that you're not really loving? Are you running out of a good serum? Do you need sunscreen for the summer? Like, let's just think about it in that way. And so if this all sounds interesting to you, if you would like to shop the Sephora sale but not spend your hard-earned money on unnecessary things, I think you will really enjoy this video. So let's go ahead and let's hop right into it. I want to go through what I have in backstock just to refresh, make sure that I'm not buying anything that I don't need, because a lot of the times when I do this, I find that I have backstock of items that I already have ready to go in my Sephora basket. And again, I do this with anything. So like even my spring wardrobe, if you have been along for the ride and you've been keeping up with my videos, I did an audit of all of my spring clothes, and then I made a mindful list of what it is I can add to the wardrobe instead of just going and shopping and like buying everything that I think is cute and exciting. It just, sometimes it feels very chaotic. And I'm not gonna lie, it feels a little chaotic right now looking at this basket in front of me with all of my skincare. I don't need any face oil. I have 2 face oils ready to go. So many masks. I don't need a mask. I haven't tried this yet. This is the Dr. Idris Major Fade Flash Mask. This is supposed to be really good for melasma or dark spots. I have very sensitive skin, and so I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little hesitant to try this because I'm scared it's gonna wreak havoc on my very sensitive skin. I never opened, and I wanted to use this in the fall winter, and yet here we are in the spring. I have 3 of the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. I didn't even finish this before opening another refill, so I can remove that from my shopping cart. This is something that I've been meaning to do, but my God, have I been avoiding it. I have all of my skincare underneath here. I think it's about time that we kind of like declutter this, assess this, and then we can make some decisions based on what I'm gonna buy during the sale, and most importantly, what I'm not gonna buy during the sale. Let's begin, shall we? Welcome to my abyss of shit. This I always buy during the sale, and I think I'm gonna buy this during the sale again because I am running pretty low on the Brazilian Boom Boom Cream. Ooh, do I need more of this? Kiehl's Retinol. This is the daily microdose serum. I use this at night. I love this. This is like a gentler retinol, I find, for people with very sensitive skin. I might go ahead and add this to cart as well. My toner of choice, I'm not gonna buy another one of these. This is the Ole Henriksen Dark Spot Toner. It has high potency AHAs. This is just such a good toner for resurfacing your skin. If you have dark spots, melasma, or just, you know, dry skin that you would like to get off your face, it leaves my skin baby smooth, and it does tingle a little bit, but it doesn't irritate my skin. And to me, that's kind of like how you know it's working. I have this makeup remover from Eve Lom. This is very scented, but I have this makeup remover, and I also have the Green Clean Pharmacy. This is my favorite. I love this. I use this every day. I'm not gonna buy this during the sale because I have 2 of these, and this was in my cart. This really bothers my skin. I have dermatitis, and this is the Baptism Gentle Foaming Facial Cleanser. And my facial cleanser of choice is this one, which you can't get at Sephora. So, and I don't need this because I just bought it. So many masks that I just haven't been using. I've just been so lazy. Oh my God, this is so good. Okay, I actually had these in my cart. I forgot that I put these back here. I'm gonna take some of these and put them in my vanity because, you will never use anything if it is somewhere where you're not gonna look for it. I have so many of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I literally thought that I used my last one the other day. Kiehl's Avocado Eye Cream. I'm definitely running low. I might have a different one that I wanna try in my basket, but this one's really good if you have sensitive skin. I have very sensitive skin. I have dermatitis, and sometimes my skin gets overwhelmed if I'm using too heavy of a product. This is a really nice lightweight moisturizer for me. This is the Instant Angel Lipid Rich Facial Moisturizer. I've been using this at night, but I do want to kind of evolve to a richer cream that will do a little bit more for my skin. I am turning 35. I will be 35. I will have just turned 35 by the time this video goes up. I do not get Botox. I do not get filler. I do not get anything. And I kind of want to keep it that way for as long as possible. And wow, I mean, it's not beautiful, but my God, it looks a hell of a lot more clean and a hell of a lot more organized. So now we've gone ahead and we've gone through my skincare backups and what's underneath my sink, the products that I use the most. Let's go ahead and pivot to my vanity. This is something that I have been doing in preparation for the sale. I'm hoping to get this video up with enough time that you can do this in the next few days. But I sit down every day, I do my makeup, and I take note of the products that I'm using. Am I running low on any of them where they need to be replaced? Am I using a product just because I have it and I maybe could swap it out for something that would work better for me? Because now is the time to try some different products if you're interested in trying them. I am very meticulous in the way that I do my makeup. I would say I spend about 10 to 15 minutes every day doing my makeup, and I do it in the same order. I don't always use the same products, but there are some products, which we are going to get to in just a second, that are like my holy grails. And when I look at products, some products I'm dating and some products I'm married to. And the products that I'm married to are kind of like the top tier in that kind of category for me. I don't want to waste my money. I don't want to waste my space. And so when I find something that I absolutely love, blows me out of the water, and then kind of just becomes that everyday kind of reliable husband product, like we are married, I tend to just keep repurchasing that. Products that I am not buying in the Sephora sale. I am definitely not buying any mascara. Now, this is a category where I am married to my Lancome Lash Idol. It helps to elongate my lashes. It helps to kind of create that fluttery effect. It separates them and makes them look very natural. I'm wearing that mascara today because literally it is the only mascara I said that I use. I believe my aunt got me this for Christmas. This is just a little gift set of all different Maybelline mascaras. So I don't need mascara. I'm also not buying blushes. This is a holy grail product for me. I'm not sure if this one is sold, but I love NARS powder blushes. They are by far my favorite. If I could throw out all of the other powder blushes that I have, believe me, I would. Instead, I'm just not going to add any more to my collection. This one is relatively new. I do believe that this is still sold. I'm not sure if this is sold in Sephora or if you have to exclusively buy this from NARS, so I do apologize. How cute does this look? This is just like gonna be my spring summer go-to blush. I'm also not doing cream blushes. I have so many. The Merit Flush Bombs are so good. I have basically every color they've ever come out with. They're very creamy, very beginner friendly. They pack on pigment, so you want to be careful not to like use too heavy of a hand, but they're very blendable. So if you go in too heavy, you can kind of shear them out and make them work for you. I've really just been using this on repeat. I wonder if this is sold at Sephora because I know Sephora now sells MAC, which is so exciting. But this is my favorite blush, as you can probably tell. It just goes with the vibe. This is the MAC Glow Play blush in the shade Cheer Up. I am married to her. We are married. I'm absolutely head over heels in love with her. I'm also not buying any lip products whatsoever. I don't care. I'm not looking at them. I have so many lipsticks and so many lip liners. And so my rule for this is there anything that I'm running low on that I genuinely use often. The only lip product that I'm gonna be buying during the sale is the Wherever Walnut Lip Liner, down to a nub. Use her all the time. It's a really beautiful color. It kind of has like a muted, peachy, brownish, mauve-y tone. I'm also not buying any lip treatments. I just put Vaseline on my lips. I don't even reach for these fancy schmancy products. I just don't. Also not buying any eyeshadows. I don't wear eyeshadow on a daily basis. If anything, I take my bronzer and I just put it through the crease of my lid, or I will take a cream shadow and just throw it all over my lid like I did today. We're gonna get there in just a second. I don't need any brushes. I have so many brushes. And again, I have brushes that I use every single day on a daily basis that I do not stray from. And I have a lot of brushes that I don't necessarily use that are kind of just sitting here. All right, let's move into my Sephora Sale wish list. I finished so many serums in the past couple months, and so I really am revving up my serum game. I just want products that are going to kind of like level up my skincare routine in terms of hydration, resurfacing, and evening out my skin tone. I'm gonna buy the refillable of this. This is the Caudalie Resveratrol Lift. It is an instant firming serum. It is an alternative to retinol. It's not very harsh on the skin. It has a really lightweight sort of formula texture to it, and this is something that I can wear during the day. I was gonna go to Sephora yesterday and buy this because I'm just missing this so much in my routine, but I'm gonna hold out because it is pricey, and I personally would like to get 20% off. So this is definitely on my wish list. Vino Perfect Brightening Dark Spot Serum with Vitamin C Alternative. This has really good reviews. I've heard people in my real life talk about it, have raves about it, and so I really do want to try it. I have dermatitis. My skin is very sensitive and my skin does not like vitamin C, but I want to add a little bit more vitamin C into my routine because it helps to combat aging in terms of making my overall complexion a little bit more even. I feel like when most of us think of anti-aging, we think like anti-wrinkles. It's like we need Botox, we need fillers, we need to plump the skin, we need to iron out all the wrinkles and all that stuff. But I don't know, I feel like the first thing I notice in terms of aging is discoloration in their skin. And so this has been something that I have kind of like shifted in my brain to think like it's not only about softening my wrinkles, but it's also about evening my skin texture to just look as youthful for as long as possible. Next on my wish list is the Caudalie Vino Hydra Hydrating Hyaluronic Serum. I thought this would be great for me because it is really good for redness. And again, I have dermatitis, so my skin is very red. It helps to strengthen your skin barrier, which is also a wonderful thing to do if you are someone where you have dermatitis. For skincare concerns, including dryness, redness, loss of firmness, and elasticity. So just a really good anti-aging serum. Another skincare product I have been dying to try, and it's something that I don't own, and so this kind of fills a skincare gap. A Sephora, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, I'm so sorry if I'm not, Hydrating Milky Cream Mist. It is supposed to help with your skin barrier. Dermatologist tested ultrafine mist formulated with ceramides. Oftentimes, I will sit down to apply my skincare and I will use a facial mist like this, and I'm running out of this, but this is the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Veil Mist. I have like literally none left, but I use this to kind of just get my skin ready to layer moisture on top of it, so to kind of just like re-dampen my skin. And so since I'm running out of this, I thought that a skin barrier protecting mist would be right up my alley. I am buying another one of the Kiehl's Better Screen UV Serum. I rave and rant about this to anyone and everyone who will listen. This has SPF 50 in it, and it is formulated with collagen peptides, and it also helps to visibly correct fine lines, uneven skin tone, and dull skin. This has really wholeheartedly, honestly, really helped to even out my skin tone. I need a nighttime moisturizer. I really want to try the Caudalie Premier Crew. Good for anti-aging. It has hyaluronic acid in it, which is good for plumping and hydrating the skin. Great for dark spots and really good for dryness. So that just checks all the boxes for me. I would love to know your opinion, your recommendations. I would love a brow gel. I have been using the Merit 1980 brow gel for the longest time. It's nice, but I do think I could venture out and find something better. Right now, I have the Milk Makeup Cush High Rolling Defining Tube Eyebrow Gel. The reason that I have that in my cart is because it has these kind of like fibers in order to create the illusion that you have more hair in your brows. Also have my eye on the Refer. I believe they have this kind of eyebrow gel that has a little ball at the end of it. That looks very interesting to me. So do be sure to let me know what are some really good brow products that you have used. I'm not buying any hair products. I have all my oils, I have all my gels, everything and anything in between. So I'm not venturing down that lane within the Sephora sale. However, I will say that I've had this in my basket for a long time and I always try to buy it during the Sephora sale, but the summer's coming and I have a lot of flyaways. I kind of sleep like a crazy person and I do heat styling on my hair often, not always, but often enough, at least once a week. So I have really been dying to try the Dyson Airwrap Blade Concentrate attachment for your Dyson, your Airwrap that you just kind of tame the flyaways down. Let me know if any of you have used it. Is it overhyped? Is it ridiculous? Again, I've like added it to cart every Sephora sale, but I have yet to pull the trigger. The CL Sculpt to Protect SPF 30 Bronzing Cream Contour Stick. I want to try this. I want to get the shade medium. I love my Merit contour stick, but the way that I use it, like I take this and I draw this like all over my forehead, and just my thought process is that the CL one has SPF 30, and this is where the sun hits. Like, you know, this is the closest point of me to the sun. Just an extra layer of SPF could be so good for me because I do really get a lot of dark spots on my forehead. Products that I recommend. I really do love my Merit contour stick. I really like her. I would say we're like on the verge of getting engaged, but I am intrigued by the CL SPF 30 contour stick, and so I cannot say that we are married. This I do use every single day. I have a decent amount left, so I don't need to repurchase her, and I'm in the shade Scene. This is not the lightest. This is the next step up because I do find that the light shade of this leans a little bit too warmy orange on me and doesn't do enough bronzing. But again, this is like the first step in my makeup routine. After I apply the Dr. Jart Tiger Grass Color Correcting Treatment. I have recommended this in the past. However, I really wanted to spotlight and highlight this in this video because I have been using this every single day religiously. My skin really acts up in the spring. I don't know if it's like the pollen in the air. It's just like my skin gets very aggravated. My skin looks really even. I am not someone where I do not buy foundation. So foundation will never be in any of my Sephora recommendations or wish lists or anything. It does a really nice job of covering up the redness in my skin. I mean, you can still see it, but it not only covers it up, but it does a really nice job of treating my skin so that when I wash my face off at the end of the day or my makeup off at the end of the day, I can visibly see that this has done a little bit of healing throughout the day. Also has an SPF of 30. Your Backstage Glow Maximizer Palette, Pearly Peach Glow. I use these two peach tones for my cheeks as like where you put a typical highlighter. I use it between my brows, on my Cupid's bow, and then I have been leaning into these more lighter tones as little pops in the inner corner of my eye just to help make my eye sparkle. I absolutely love this. I just want to mention these two again. I'm not sure if they're sold at Sephora, but if you can find any kind of NARS powder blush palette, I highly recommend it. I use this every single day. Again, my Lancome Lashy Doll, we already talked about it, so I just want to fly through it very quickly. My MAC Glow Play in the shade Cheer Up. If you are someone where you have a similar complexion to me, I'm definitely light with a neutral undertone. This can swing a little peachy or it can swing a little pinky depending upon the outfit that I'm wearing, and the powder blush that I layer on top of it. NARS Laguna Bronzer. I would add this to cart if I didn't already have a backstock of it, like the psychopath that I am. This is just such a good bronzer. Again, if you were similar to my complexion, it doesn't lean orange, it doesn't lean red. It's just like the perfect bronze for me. My Hourglass brushes. I cannot say enough good things about these brushes. Larger version, and then I think this is the ambient lighting specific one, but I use the puffier sides for bronzer and then the more tapered sides for blush. If you struggle with textured skin, I don't know what it is about this, but this just lays down my makeup so beautifully. This is the Hourglass foundation brush. I don't use it for foundation because I don't wear foundation. I use this mostly for concealer, so I go underneath the eye, pat, 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 stamp my concealer out. It has a kind of like angled top up here, so it really can get into the inner corner, which is where most people are darkest. It is very expensive, but it is very much so worth the price point. Another brush I just have to shout out because I absolutely love it, but the Rare Beauty, I believe this is a blush brush, but I use this with my Merit contour stick. I don't know what it is, but like the angle of this, it blends everything out beautifully. My nose contour, which I kind of like half-ass, but it just like keeps it in place. I can't explain it. Like I literally go swipe, 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 and then a little lift. Some lip products. I don't want to live here long because I am just a lip whore. Things that I have absolutely loved, and maybe one thing that didn't really knock my socks off. Merit lip liners, I have 2 shades. I have the shade Capricorn, which is a darker shade, Bespoke, which is my favorite. If you are someone where you like a more cool toned lip liner, Bespoke is that girl. Like, it just makes my lips look huge in 2.2 seconds. It's not super pigmented, but like the perfect amount of pigmentation. I can't explain it to you. Very creamy, so you do want to take your time. You do kind of want to know what you're doing. I don't think that these are the most beginner friendly lip liners, but if you have lined your lips a time or two, it's not your first rodeo, I think you will really like these. And then this is the shade Capricorn, which again is a darker shade, but it still has that kind of like very wearable, juicy, kind of like emollient formulation to it. A lip liner that just like really didn't knock my socks off, I think because I needed the medium shade and not the light shade. Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat Duo. I bought the lightest one, so it has 2 different lip liners, I should say, which is a great idea. I just think I should have went with my instinct and went with the medium shade. I bought the light shade because I was like, oh, it will look cute. Like, I don't really have a lot of like light pink lip liners. This is just not the lane that I live in. I like a more of a medium lip liner that looks like a natural shadow within my face. The lip product that has wowed me the most, Flawless. This is the Forget the Filler. It's a lip gloss. I'm wearing it today. And this is in the shade Nudie, but it literally is so nude. And I love it, again, because I wear a lot of pinks, I wear a lot of peaches. It has a really interesting formula. You put it on and it feels very thick and sticky. So when I initially put this on, I absolutely hated it, but then it really sinks into the lips, it plumps them, and it just makes them look so naturally juicy. This lasts quite a few hours. I wore this yesterday all day long, and I only reapplied it once. It's a stringy formula, but you just gotta trust the process. Like, it's really one of those things where you put it on and it's like a thick mama. Color is freakishly beautiful. It looks so good with this top. It really sinks into the skin. It tones and tames itself down. The Dior lipsticks, the On-Stage lipsticks, so freaking good. I wore the shade Redwood Star all winter because it is such a beautiful kind of like deep tone. It's so beautiful. If you have red hair, babe, you need to buy this. Very cushy. I hate the bullet because the lid doesn't go on it like super nicely, but I do like the shape of the bullet. It is skinny. I like a skinny lip, so you can really get in there, shape your lips using this. It is a really nice formula. It's cushy, it lasts a really long time. Shade Ultimate Pink is the way to go. If I wasn't trying to be a mindful queen, I would definitely go ahead and buy another color of these. But again, look at that pink. It's just such a beautiful, cool tone pink, everyday pink. Personally looks like my lips, but better. I'm not buying eyeshadow, but I bought this in the last Sephora sale. I absolutely love this. This is kind of just like throwing bronzer in the crease of my eye, but just like leveling it up. This is the Giorgio Armani cream eyeshadow. Has a little doe foot applicator, which I think is so cute and also very convenient. And this is in the shade 22M. I am running low on my Dior concealers. These have lasted me a lifetime. I wear concealer every single day, and it's always between these 2 concealers. This one I really want to repurchase. This is the Dior Backstage. So this is going to be added to my cart. So this is part of my wish list. We are married. I absolutely love her. This is my favorite concealer for every day. If you want a concealer that is a little bit more impactful, if you're someone where you wear a little bit more coverage than I do, Forever Skin Correct by Dior, and this is in 1N. Last but not least, I just wanted to give this a shout out. I really enjoy this basic bitch powder, and I use this as like a finishing touch. I'm not sure if this is still sold at Sephora, but this is the KVD 25. I love this brush. You should get this too. But I just picked this up, and look, she is loved and adored. I just take this and go in the center of my face, and I like this because, like I've told you a bajillion times, I don't use foundation, so it adds a wee bit of coverage. I feel like I'm going to use this a lot in the summer. I hope that you enjoyed this video, my loves. I hope that you took away from this that you don't need every single product ever sold at Sephora in order to have a really good routine. In fact, I believe the opposite. I think that in order to have a really good routine, you need to have less. This way you can see what you own, you can use what you own, and kind of just like stick to an everyday routine where you're giving, especially skincare products, the chance to really shine and do their thing. My goal this year isn't to have more skincare, it's to have better skincare that I rely on and that I see a glowing difference, no pun intended. Let me know down below in the comments, what's on your wish list? What are you buying? What are you not buying? Maybe let me know something that you were thinking about buying and then you watch this video and now you're no longer buying it because you did an assessment and you were like, damn girl, you got a lot of lip liners. You don't need that anymore. I would love to hear it. Leave it down below in the comments. Let's talk about it. Anything and everything. I love to hear from you guys. If you're not yet subscribed and you enjoyed this video and you just enjoy more mindful things, but you're also a girl, so I kind of live between the struggling to be more mindful, but also just naturally, I believe I was born a maximalist. And if that sounds like you, I think you'll enjoy my videos. So be sure to subscribe and click the bell button next to it. This way you get notification every time a new video goes live here on my channel. I had the best time. Happy shopping or happy savings, whichever lane you are entering in. I love you so, so much. And I really, really hope to see you in my next one. Bye guys. Mwah.